This is the Joyo Cab Box. It's a cab sim and IR loader. You're about to hear it in the mix, running a couple of different Joyo band amp amplifiers. Let's get into it. Welcome to the channel, folks. My name's Shane. You're listening to the Cab Box from Joyo. Let's take a look. Here's the unit up close. As you can see, we've got a bunch of soft buttons down here which will allow us to change everything from the cab and mic type all the way through the power amp settings, which make a huge difference. We can also adjust the EQ parameters as well as save, and then there's a home button as well. You can change through the different cabs using these two buttons here. The master control is basically the volume, the master output. And over here we have a select button. Now this actually, as you can probably hear, it clicks down as well. So this will scroll us through the different options on screen. Just to give you a quick overview of this particular unit, we have an input over here, a through, and an output. So the input is from whatever source you throw into it. The great thing about this, it will work with your favorite overdrive pedal just straight into this, and then you can go from the output over here into your audio interface or PA system, and it also has one of these, an XLR output or balanced line output on the side. I think that's really, really cool. Now we have a through here as well, so this can essentially go back towards something as well. It kind of acts as a bit of an effects loop for this particular unit. But one thing to also take note of, if you've got an amplifier and it's got a send and return, like you can see on the back here, you would run the send into this, and then you've got a virtual amplifier. This becomes the speaker. That's pretty cool. But what this isn't, and I have to put this up as a warning, this is not a load box like the 2Notes Torpedo Live or any of those other type of units where you could unhook a speaker from an amplifier, then plug it in. Don't do that. You'll fry your amp and you'll fry this. So just make sure that you don't plug an amplifier head straight into this if it's a valve amp, or some solid state amps as well. This is a Class D amplifier, so this doesn't require a load, which is really, really cool. You can just plug this straight into this using the send. You don't want to use the actual 8 ohm output. Don't use that. Use the effects loop send. I hope that's clear enough. Three things to take note of is this works on any 9-volt power supply that you already have for any of your pedals. We also get a USB port. This is a micro USB, which will allow us to import third-party IRs into this device. And we also have a headphones out for quiet practice. A massive thanks to Joyo for sending this out. I really appreciate it. If you want to find out more about it, all the links will be in the description below. I'll give you a rundown of how all the controls work throughout the video. Check the time codes in the description. All right, let's get into it today. I'm playing the Harley Benton TE52 Heavy Relic, and we're gonna go for some clean tones thanks to the Joyo Zombie amplifier on the clean channel. And the cab sim we're using is the 2x12 matchless. I really like this one. I think it sounds really great. And the reverb is thanks to the Omni Reverb pedal from Keeley, as I don't have a Joyo one to use with this particular rig. But there we go. So that's the setup. This doesn't have reverb or anything like that built into it, so we have to use external effects. Let's give this a shot. This is neck pickup. Beautiful. Now over to the 67 Twin. Let's take a listen to this, same sort of thing. Man, that is the sound. That's the Fender sound. These Joyo band amps on the clean channel do a really great job of sort of capturing that really nice clean. Having the cab of the Twin makes it sound very much like a Twin mic'd up. That's awesome. Cool. And over to the AC30 now. This particular profile is great if you're a fan of the Vox amps. Let's give this a shot. Over to my PRS SE, this is all stock. We're going to try some dirty tones thanks to the Joyo Jackman amplifier going into the cab box, and we've got preset number 10, which is the 212 matchless setup. I really like the sound of this as it is. We'll go through some customization in just a moment. Let's see how it sounds with the gain on the amp cranked. Here we go. Works well on both bridge and neck pickup. One of the great things about this is you can customize each of the presets. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. So this is how it sounds right now. It's a great starting tone. Let's go into the cab mic section here. Now we use this control, and as you can see we can change the model, but we're not going to do that. We're going to change the mic. We push the select button. We can change the microphone type to a 58. Yeah. We've got an MD421. .441. All right. U47. It's a whole lot brighter. If we're on neck, it will sound better. U87. Rode NT1, I thought that was an awesome addition, Australian mic. MXL. Yeah. MXL 2003. All right. And back to the SM57, the industry standard. What I'm going to do now is just switch this up, and we're going to put the MXL 2003 back on. We hit the button again, and then we can scroll down to mic volume, cone edge, and distance. Let's change up the distance, but firstly, let's have a listen. Let's change up the distance, push the button. I'm going to make it pretty drastic here so we can actually hear a difference. We'll go to 25. Turn that up even more. So now we're bringing it further away from the actual speaker. Now, I'll just show you how it sounds as close as you can get. So back to 0. So as you can hear, it's a drastic difference, at least I can hear that through my studio monitors right now, between having the mic further back, or virtual mic further back, and all the way on the cone. One of the great things about the Cab Box is the fact we also get some EQ controls here. It was set up on graphic G, but if we move across one, we can then set up our own, or if we move back 2, we can turn the EQ off altogether. So it allows you more flexibility to get the kind of sound that works best for either your mix if you're recording, or in a live situation as well. One of the great things about this unit is you can run it with any type of analog or digital amp simulation pedal going straight into the pedal itself. So I've got the Amoon American Sound, which is based on the Joyo American Sound, which is based on the Tech 21 Blonde. It's 3 levels deep. Anyway, so I got, this is basically a Fender amp in a box. I use it just going direct to the PA system if I need to do that at certain gigs. And this allows you to get even more flexibility out of a pedal or something similar to this. So let's take a listen. And that's with the Vibrolux Silver. Let's try the Princeton. Man, that feels good to play. There's a little bit of dirt on the actual amp or amp pedal, so we can turn that down and get a cleaner sound as well. Beautiful. Let's go for a traditional Fender blackface sound. So I've got it set up on the 1x10 Princeton reverb. I've scooped out the mids on the American Sound pedal, and now let's check out the power amp settings. And this is where this kind of shines to get that really authentic sound. It's currently set up for EL84 actually. So let's take a listen to this. This is neck pickup. So unless you're playing a Blues Junior, the EL84 thing isn't that prominent in the Fender world. There's a few amps that have it, but let's change it up. 6L6. This is actually for the larger amps like the Hot Rod Deluxe and all those kind of amps. Gives you a full arounder sound. 6V6 is kind of like the deluxe reverb amplifiers. It's also the Princeton, which is why that sounds so good. Man, that's cool. And EL34 for more of that sort of Marshall tone. Here we go. Now there's no rule, you can use any of these with any type of amp sim pedal that you so choose. We crank the drive up, crank the mids up, it should sound pretty wild. Here we go. And we'll just go back to 6V6 again. I really like this one. Let's have a listen. That's the sound for the Fender Tone. No doubt about it. If you're using a Marshall one of these, choose the EL34. If you've got the Vox, you can use any really, but you know, the EL84s would work really good with the Vox. No doubt about that at all. Here we go. Let's try a couple of heavier tones now. Thanks to the Joyo Zombie amplifier, gives you that boogie-like distortion. And we're going into preset number 18, which is the 4x12 Diesel V30. So vintage 30s, let's give this a shot. $1960 greenback. Man, nails that. It's pretty good. Recto T. Sounds dangerous. Here we go. And we'll go for one more. Soldano Owl. Here we go. Get ready for the chunk. Thanks for watching, folks. My name's Shane. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. So what do I think about this overall? It's got a lot of strengths. It works extremely well with not only these Class D amplifiers from Joyo, it works great with the Amoon American Sound or any of those type of analog pedals as well. It'll give you more flexibility when recording at home and also going straight into the PA system. So what is it sort of lacking or missing? I would have loved to have had some sort of reverb on here. I know you can sort of distance the microphone away a little bit further through the settings, but just having a built-in reverb would have made the world of difference. But it's still very functional. I think this is aimed at people that already have a sound that they like, or an amp maybe with reverb or something like that, and then you sort it anyway. But if you've already got an effects pedal that does the reverb effect, you won't have any problems running it straight into here like I did. In terms of just straight up sound quality, the tones that I got using this, I really liked. It sounded great with the cleans especially, and also really cool with the dirty tones as well. Now, in terms of being able to import third-party IRs, you can definitely do that with this. I'm going to save that up for another video, and we're going to compare it against the 2 Notes Torpedo Live. The only other limitation about this is it's not a load box, and I've mentioned that a few times, so just be very careful about that. In terms of just straight up sound quality, I think the Cab Box sounded pretty damn good in this room. I also have a 2 Notes Torpedo Live, so we're going to do another video coming up importing third-party IRs into this and also into my 2 Notes. We're going to see if we can get a very comparable sound. So if you like the idea of that, don't forget to subscribe and also click that little bell. Overall, this is a really functional unit aimed at someone who wants to record at home, who might also want to practice with headphones, or someone who wants to go out into the PA system as well. I think having that XLR output on the side is really cool. It's a really cool touch, and I'm glad it's on here. A massive thanks again to Joyo for sending this out. I really appreciate it. If you want to find out more about it, check the links in the description below. My name's Shane. I'll catch you soon. See ya.